Good morning, students. Today we are going to derive Clausius-Clapeyron equation based on Maxwell's equation. We have derived Clausius-Clapeyron equation by using Carnot efficiency equation. The Clausius-Clapeyron latent heat equation relates the change in melting or boiling point with change in pressure as we have discussed in last video. So we are going to derive this Clausius-Clapeyron equation from Maxwell's second thermodynamical relation, which is expressed as dou P by dou T of V is equals to dou S by dou V of T. We should have to remember all four thermodynamical relations of Maxwell's. I have done a video how to remember these four Maxwell's thermodynamical relations. Link will be available in description. Watch it kindly. This is the second Maxwell's thermodynamical relation. From this we are going to derive Clausius-Clapeyron equation. So we multiply on both sides with T. We get T into dou P by dou T where V is constant, T into dou S by dou V where T is constant. Here in this equation we know that dq, we know dq from second law of thermodynamics, dq is equals to Tds. In the place of T into ds we place dq is equals to Tds. So this equation becomes T into dou P by dou T of V is equals to Tds becomes dq by dV where T is constant. Here dq is the amount of heat absorbed at constant temperature, so which is called as latent heat. When heat is absorbed at constant temperature, that is called as latent heat. The latent heat formula is dq is equals to ml. dq is equals to ml is the formula for latent heat. For unit mass here we are taking, so dq becomes L. We substitute this in here. Unit mass of a substance under constant temperature is converted from state 1 to another state. The unit mass is converted into state 1 to another state 2, absorbing amount heat L, which is latent heat. Suppose specific volume of first and second stage V1 V2, then change in volume dV is equals to V2 minus V1. Some amount of heat dq is absorbed and its volume is changed from V1 to V2. So change in volume is V2 minus V1. So in the place of dV we substitute V2 minus V1. In the place of dq we substitute L, which is equals to latent heat. So we get T into dou P by dou T of V is equals to, in the place of Q we are substituting latent heat, which is absorbed at constant temperature, so it is called as latent heat. And in the place of dV, your volume is changed from V1 to V2. The change in volume is V2 minus V1. We are writing V2 minus V1 at constant temperature T. This is equation. We know that Clausius-Clapeyron equation dP by dt, where volume is constant, L by V2 minus V1. We send this T to this side. This becomes like this. It's multiplying, so divide. This is the Clausius-Clapeyron latent heat equation, which we have derived from Maxwell's second thermodynamical relation. Next we will discuss few applications of this Clausius-Clapeyron equation, as we have discussed in Clausius-Clapeyron equation, which we are derived from Carnot efficiency equation. This equation can be used to study the variation of boiling point of liquid with pressure. When a liquid boils, the change from liquid state to gaseous state, there is an increase in volume. Volume increases. For liquid state the volume is V1. For the gaseous state volume is V2. Here volume increases. So V2 is greater than V1, as we discussed. Here the formula for Clapeyron equation V2 is greater than V1, then we get positive value. This term, entire term becomes positive. So dP by dt in this case becomes positive. So here dP by dt is positive. This means the boiling point of liquid increases with increasing in pressure. And we can also say that boiling point of liquid decreases with decrease in pressure.
Pause the video and read this. You will get some clarity about the concept.
This is the first application of Clapeyron equation. This also indicates that by creating low pressure, we can boil the liquid at low temperature. Liquid can be boiled at low temperature by creating low pressure. Here the second application is, this equation can be used to study the variation of melting point of a solid with pressure. This is classified into two cases. We have discussed these two cases. When V2 is greater than V1, here in this case V2 is greater than V1, we get this value positive, and dP by dt also positive. This cases arises in wax, substance like wax, sulfur. Here in these cases, melting point of the substance rises, increasing in pressure. In the same way, in another case, V2 is less than V1. In this case, ice is example, and a few more examples: gallium and bismuth. In these substance, the volume in solid state is greater than the volume in liquid state. The volume V1 is greater than V2. After melting, these substance volume got reduced. When these substance become solid, their volume increases. So here V1 is greater than V2, so we get here value V2 minus V1 has negative value. So dP by dt value is negative. So here, as the melting point increases, pressure decreases. As the melting point decreases of the substance, pressure increases. Here melting point of the substances decreases with increasing pressure. Here the third application is regulation of ice. When two pieces of ice are pressed together, they form into a single piece. This phenomena is known as regulation. You know that melting point of a ice lowered can be reduced with increasing pressure, as we have studied in second application. When two pieces of ice are pressed, the melting point is lowered, and some ice melts. This forms a thin water film between the two surfaces in contact. On removing the pressure, the original melting point is restored.
Of water film between two layers.
Water film is frozen. Here water film is frozen, and the two ices forms a single piece. We have observed in our daily life, the pressing small ice pieces, we can make a single ice.
Here, when two ices are added and pressure is applied, the melting point get decreases when we increase the pressure. Here actually ice melts at 0 degrees. When we increase pressure, the ice melts at 1 degree Celsius. Here water gets melt between the two layers of the ice, and once we release pressure, once we reduce pressure, Again the water which have melt at 1 degrees becomes its melting point 0 degrees Celsius and gets frozen. Here it gets frozen and makes the two pieces of ice into a single piece.